welcome to this, and this will be my thoughts on Smackdown. I know some of you will probably ask, so let me just state it right now. I have not seen the Dragon Gate USA pay-per-view, which aired the same night as this, and I've not seen it, so I will not review it. Hopefully I will get to see it whenever they re-upload it, so that's when the review will be up. So for all of you that will ask, there you go. Also, Jared has put up part 2. Maybe by the time you guys see this, he'll have up part 3, but I seriously doubt that, of me and the other guys and Jared and some other guys talking about, or not talking about, but watching Bound for Glory and all of that. You can see that. I have it on my channel page, favorited. The second part, the first part, of course, is on my channel page. It is the featured video on my channel page. So there you go there. And just because people have been asking kind of MMA for an MMA vid and all of that, that will be up on my other channel if I do it. If it's not up by tomorrow morning, it will not be up because that means I did not do it. But I will just throw that out there, and it will be up on the Truthslayer channel, the old Truthslayer channel. So there you go. So with all of that, let's get on with some Smackdown stuff, shall we? So we start off with the same video package we've been seeing all week about Kane and coming out of Bragging Rights and all of that to hype the show. So we start off with that. Then we had Kane talking about burying Undertaker live and all of this stuff, and you know they're having this funeral for the dead man, this, that, and the other. And he asked for a moment of silence eventually, and then Alberto Del Rio's music hit. He came out to kind of a face reaction, actually. He came out, was talking about the World Championship, and then he wanted the World Championship, and this, that, and the other. Eventually, Rey Mysterio came out, and then Edge came out, and this all eventually led to the announcement of a three-way to determine who the #1 contender would be between Del Rio, Edge, and Rey Mysterio. It was a very strange segment because you were going from, you know, the wackiness of Undertaker and Kane to kind of an actually, like, old-time, let's feud for the belt. And it was a very kind of strange dynamic going to that. Looking back on it, it actually was pretty nice to see, but it just came off very strange because you were going from one type of match to another, and it was interesting, I guess. Then we had part 3 of, I guess it is a series of matches now. Dolph Ziggler taking on Daniel Bryan. Not the best. This is definitely the worst of the 3 matches. Not that that's a bad thing. This was still very good for a TV match. But not the best match on the night. That was the main event, and by a long shot. This did have a couple new wrinkles to it, but it still felt very much like the same match that we had seen 2 times before. They need to mix it up a little bit more, even though the ending was somewhat different. It just didn't come off as good for whatever reason. I'm not exactly sure, but that's what we got. And yeah, it was still very good for a TV match. And on most, I would say, you know, Raw, Impact, Smackdown, Superstars, you know, that type of stuff. This definitely would have been, you know, a very good match. Not ROH quality, but it was still very good. Then we got Cody Rhodes backstage with Kevin Kelly, and Big Show showed up, and yeah, it was this led to a match later on tonight. Then we got Jack Swagger versus Kaval, another match which I saw and was like, oh wow, this could be good, except the guys just didn't get a long time, and also they just didn't seem to work very well together. This may have been the first time they've ever worked together. But the match was okay. It wasn't bad. It was, you know, and Swagger won because Kaval apparently can't win. But it was what it was, so there we go. I would have liked to have seen a little bit longer of that. Then we got the Diva Halloween costume, and why is it whenever the WWE does these Halloween costumes, it really makes me wonder, do they let the girls pick the costumes? Because if they do, the only one that seems to, you know, pick anything that's actually any good is Melina. If they're picking the costumes for the girls, why don't they pick things that are actually, like, that would, like, if you saw, how everyone came out. The Bella Twins came out as Batman and Robin. Kelly came out as Little Bo Peep. Melina came out as Spider-Woman and looked pretty cool. Michelle McCool, I think, was supposed to be Lady Gaga, and I can't remember who Layla was supposed to be. And but anyways, it was what it was. Oh, Lady Gaga and Beyonce, that's who they were supposed to be. It was just they came out and they just looked like a bunch. There was no like originality to the costumes. The costumes definitely didn't look like anything that you would see, people take screenshots of and put up on the internet. And I would think that's what you would want when you do a segment like this. And there was nothing like that. So it was just kind of there. Then they had a match to make things worse, and yeah, it was what it was. So there we go. Then we had Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre taking on Big Show and Kofi Kingston. This was actually pretty good. They gave it time. They went out there. They did their thing. The guys worked pretty well together. It was what it was. There was a little bit of dissension, I guess, between Rhodes and McIntyre, but it's WWE, so what do you expect? Then we got the main event. Alberto Del Rio taking on Rey Mysterio, taking on Edge. This was greatness for a TV match, particularly for a WWE TV match. This was really great. They went out there, had a hell of a match, did their thing, lots of near falls. Del Rio actually was probably worked more of this match than anybody else. He looked good. Ray got to hit all his spots. The ending was actually kind of surprising. Edge won, so I guess it's going to be Edge and Kane. They did a whole, Edge sitting in the middle of the ring and fire and all of that sort of stuff. So I guess we're going to get Edge and Kane, and hopefully we get Del Rio and Rey Mysterio at the pay-per-view. So still, wrestling-wise, this was an awesome show, wrestling-wise. But it just felt like it was missing something, and I don't know what it was. Just to me, anyways. I'm sure I'm probably the only one that thought that. But anyways, so that is that. So I guess we're going closer and closer to Survivor Series. So that is something. I guess we have our two main events. So hopefully at some point we get whatever we're going to get in the elimination matches. But we'll see. But anyways, with that, I'm out. Have a good one later.